Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of something. My name is Mike, NVA Rider. Hope you guys are doing well. 5 mistakes that beginning motovloggers make. And I'm still guess I would consider myself a beginner. I've been doing this for a few years. I still make these mistakes. But these are just kind of 5 easy ones, I think, that some people make, including myself. All right, the first one I would say on the list is poor audio quality. That seems to be one, a common one. You see people chasing that one all the time on different videos. I do okay. I know I can make some corrections in the editing software, but I think I've got it down pretty good. But man, if I click on a video and the audio quality is just crap, it makes it really hard to watch the video. So take a minute and play around with it first. I mean, I would say, try to get the best audio quality you can. I mean, it's going to be a learning curve. It's not going to be perfect right out of the chute. But I mean, maybe it is if you've got knowledge of this stuff ahead of time. But man, when I first started out, it was a struggle to figure out what exactly I needed to do. Mic placement, dead cat here and there, where to bury the mic, position. It was just, it took me a little bit, and I think I'm doing pretty good. I'd still like a little better, but I think it's good enough for now. I mean, there's some people that have open face helmets, and their audio is fantastic. I don't get it. Don't get it at all. But audio quality, take a minute and just take a little time. Dial in your audio quality. It goes a long ways. Now, one that I have a problem with most times is planning. I'm sorry, this is number 2 if we're counting. Lack of planning. I had a tips video of what to do when you start, and planning was one of the tips, but lack of planning sometimes can be a problem. I mean, some people are great at just going out and winging it. Unfortunately, that's kind of how a lot of mine are. I have an idea, but I don't have a script. I kind of have something I want to follow, but then I just talk with it. I just go, and sometimes it turns out good. Other times you can really tell if I'm all over the place, but at least come up with a little bit of a plan. So you're not all over the place, but lack of planning, I would say, is probably a number 2, not necessarily in any order, but the second one I would touch on. Just not having any idea what you're going to do. I mean, sometimes it works for some people, and you just go out and go. But I mean, you'd think it'd be better to have at least some kind of idea what you want to do. So number 3. And this one is almost, I don't want to say it's a non-issue, but video quality, I would say, is probably not much of an issue for most. I mean, really, GoPros do really well. I've got one here in my helmet, I've got one here in my bars, and honestly, they do a great job. The quality of video. People can use their phones. A lot of the phones nowadays, I mean, the phone I've got here can shoot 4K video. It's crazy what quality you can get now from cameras, but you want to still focus on a little bit of video quality. I mean, if you just kind of completely throw quality out the window, it's going to be hard to watch. It's kind of like your audio. If your video is grainy or really shaky or bouncy or just jumps all over the place, it's hard to watch. I've hopped on some videos before, and the camera is shaky, and yeah, it's kind of like watching oh my gosh, what is the name of that movie? The one where they're videoing themselves running through the woods, and I don't know, it's a scary movie. I never watched it because I don't like scary movies, but I can't remember the name of it. Anyway, videos are all shaky, and it's just hard to watch. Quality is the mistake sometimes, and I mean, if you completely cannot watch your own video, then I don't think anybody else is going to either. That was number 3. Number 4, I would say, are video editing basics. Video editing basics. Now, it works for some doesn't, but you kind of want to work on editing out certain things. A lot of the uhs and ums, which I am terrible at. I am terrible at collecting my thoughts as I go. I'm getting better, but I tend to do a lot of the and stuff. You want to kind of tend to cut that stuff out, any blank space. If you're just sitting here and all of a sudden you stop and you're trying to collect your thoughts, but you leave that gap in there, it kind of breaks the flow a little bit. Unless you're actually trying to show off, you know, these freshly tilled fields and you put some cool music to it, you're just trying to show off some landscaping. But most times, if you're just sitting here cruising around talking and there's gaps, you want to kind of cut that out. So video editing basics, just basic edits are nice. Kind of get your intro cut right, kind of go through and cut out some of the dead space and put a nice little ending on it, and then you go from there. So don't forget some video editing, and that is number 4. Now, I don't know if this is going to work. I'm going to check this out. I mean, YouTube's got some new features. Before we get to number 5, do me a favor. I don't like asking, but hit that subscribe button down there if you've made it this far. If not, well, don't worry about it. But yeah, hit that subscribe button. Give me a thumbs up if you want. If leave me a comment if you got any additions or subtractions or whatever to this list, and let me know what you think. All right, on to the last one, number 5. A little bit of a squirrel moment before we get to number 5. That is the Texas Chainsaw Massacre house from the newer remake, the 2003, I think. I did a video on that about a year or so ago. I should get my other camera out here with my telephoto and get some better photos of it, but they left the outside the same. They fixed up the inside, I guess, but you can't get close to it. There's gates, fences, cameras, and stuff. But anyway, yeah. So there's the house. And I think that video is what has gotten me a few new subscribers lately, because, you know, Halloween and stuff. All right, the last one. And this is kind of debatable, I guess. I've seen a lot of channels that don't follow this and are huge. And I've seen some channels that follow this to the T and are not, but growth is still good. And this is one that I am the most guilty of, but an inconsistent upload schedule. Like I said, this one's kind of debatable, but it seems to me that they like consistency. You know, pick a day and a time and be consistent. Now, I am terrible at this because I don't tend to find myself being super creative. Sometimes my work schedule doesn't allow for me to be able to do this. Obviously this last time I've been sick, but I believe, I mean, from what I have understood, if the algorithm likes consistency. So if you're not consistent, I'm not saying that you will not grow your channel, but there will maybe your exposure, it might not be good. I don't know. I'm not an expert with the algorithm. But everything I understand, you need to be consistent. And like I said, that's the one that I struggle with the most. I'll have bursts where I'll be fine, and everything, you know, I'll be, you know, every Saturday or Sunday I'll have a video to put out. But other times, not so much. But just try to be as consistent as you can, even if it's every 2 weeks. I mean, if it's every 2 weeks and you can put a video out on a Saturday, every other Saturday at the same time, or whatever day, you know, consistency is key. And again, all right, so that is my list. I mean, and by no means is it complete, or heck, maybe even accurate. It's just the things that I've kind of noticed after doing this for. What am I doing this one? This is my third year on YouTube, and I am small. And maybe it's because I'm not consistent. I'm boring, and yeah. Yeah, and I don't, I mean, I don't know. It seems like I've always got something going on. There's plenty to see in Texas. I just need to start going around and showcasing it. If I'm going to be here much longer, I don't know. So anyway, that's it. Thanks for joining me, guys. If you have anything you want to add to the list, subtract from the list, complain about my list, drop me a comment, and we'll go from there. All right, guys, have a good one, and we will catch you on the next one. So long.